Game cameras are one of the best tools ever created for hunters. They can take a lot of effort to monitor them and to set them up, but eventually you find that one picture that you've been waiting for all your life. So normally the way we do things is we get everything set up, which involves the guides and myself and anybody that I can get to help. We kind of get the stands all set, get the ropes and the safety stuff all done and taken care of, and then at some point I'll get the feeders filled. They run for probably around a month before we start hunting. And the first hunt we do is a pig hunt because we have wild pigs here. And we've learned that if you will put a lot of pressure on them right before you start deer season, they're smart enough that they realize, okay, I don't want to be around that. I'm just checking here before I ride into this spot. Anyway, we do a lot of we do pig hunting early like that and put a lot of pressure on. There is a deer there. Oh, it's a little fawn or a really young doe. It's a young doe. Oh, there's the year. It's a year. There's mom over there. Anyway, by doing that, we get the pigs off the feeders, and then we will start our deer hunts shortly after that. So, but as soon as we kind of get the pigs off the feeders, then I kind of do what I'm doing right now, which is I start getting my cameras that I'm going to put on the feeders. Now, I've got there's no telling how many cameras I have out everywhere. I put some on the feeders, obviously, because that's where we're going to be hunting. But then I set a lot of other cameras up. I've got cell cameras and you know, night cameras and thermal cameras and all that junk that you like to have. So, but this is mainly, I don't put any cameras on the feeders until I get the pigs off of them, because I don't want 10,000 pictures of pigs. You know, we're wanting to look at deer. And so I wait and do it now. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going around and setting the cameras up that I'm going to put on the feeders. And hopefully, in the next 3 days, I'll have about, well, acorns are dropping. So that changes everything. But I can sit here and look at this feeder, and you can see that the corn is pretty much cleaned up. The one I just came from, corn all over the ground. All over the ground, but here it's cleaned up. So they're coming in here and eating it, and it's probably because we're kind of close to acorns, so it's right here handy. They hear it go off and they say, well, it's convenient. So it's going to be a hit or miss here on the acorns. The acorns make it very difficult to hunt, but we'll cover that another time. Right now I'm just trying to get the cameras up, get them going. That way in about 3 days, 3 or 4 days, I'll have about 3,000 pictures per camera. So if you've ever tried to go through about 20,000 pictures, it's not as fun as you think it would be. It gets old, but you do get to where you can go through it real fast. You can just, and you're just scanning for antlers first, and then you're scanning for mature or big bodied second. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. I use a ton of different types of cameras just that I've got over the years. I've kind of built my fleet up slowly, so I didn't go buy them all at once. And I've got, Bushnells, Moultries, Brownings, Covert. I've got the new Tacticams, all that kind of stuff. And, they're all pretty good. I don't know that any of them are any better than the others, at least from what I've found, the way I'm taking pictures. Now, I do have specific cameras that I'll use if I'm going to set them up where something or someone is going to walk by. Then they're more of a high trigger speed camera. But for these, where something's going to come in and they're just going to hang out here and eat, I don't need something with a high speed. It's not going to use as much battery, and it just makes it last longer. So these work fine for that kind of setup right there. They'll last quite a while depending on the number of pictures, and if they're taking about 3,000 every time I check, which is less than a week, I don't know, it ranges. Some of them will get 3 to 5 times that. So that'd be, around 15,000 pictures maybe before the batteries start getting low. And that depends on weather too. If it starts getting cold, it's going to drain the batteries quicker. So there's one setup. Let's go to the next one. Looks like a young deer. Yep, young. He is young and stupid. That'll change in about 2 years. Usually around 5, maybe 6. They throw that switch and you may never see him again. Perfect. I don't know who you are. If you don't get excited about what we just saw, then you're in the wrong sport. Yeah, that's good. All right, but you can tell by that video I got of that deer. And I don't know if I got the other one. There's another one here. Of course, he took off. He's probably a little more mature, but that's why I have so many pictures, because you'll get a deer like that, and you can put it on a 5-minute delay, and he may be here for an hour. So you're just going to get a potload of pictures. So the bottom line is, game cameras are a great arrow in everybody's quiver. No pun intended. Pay attention to what you want to use it for, and you can select the right one that fits your needs. Trigger speed is not that important if you're taking pictures over a feeder. Trigger speed is important if you're taking pictures on a trail. You can get them blacked out, or you can get them with a big flash. Either way, they should work real well for you. And who knows, you may get a picture of a future video star who likes to rub on vines.